Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sand Hills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning, happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break, back in studio. We enjoyed Early Bird yesterday. It was good to see all the people out and about.
Say it, please.
The bird. That was incredible.
That was a fun day.
Yesterday was a fun day. We've got a lot of fun days in here that goes right in there with just like we haven't done a ton of live remotes, but there's never been. It's like they never disappoint.
That was fun.
They never disappoint, but it was fun.
Our last one was at Ruhlman's, which again didn't have a crowd because it was a steakhouse in the morning. But Phil and John were awesome.
Phil showed up.
Phil was there yesterday.
Yesterday, Phil was there.
Phil was that early.
He had to get going because they're doing a elite special. There's a magazine flying in from New York City to do a special on John Benton.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's why I had to get back. It's why I had to get back. They do it on the entire Ruhlman Steakhouse, but featuring John.
I wonder what that magazine is.
We got to find that magazine.
I think it was called The Edge. I think maybe that might be it.
And they're flying in.
They're flying in from New York City to cover Ruhlman Steakhouse.
For journalism.
Wow. Ben, have you ever thought of that one?
Ben, they're flying in a reporter. That could be you someday.
I would take it personal, Ben. I would. What if Ben started doing restaurant reviews?
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Ben,
He'd be good at it.
Because he grades the units, right?
Yeah.
In football. And for Nebraska.
I was going to ask you to send me your unit grades for Purdue. I'd be interested to read that. If you don't mind. I'm not joking.
I sent it out. I texted him after the game, didn't I, Ben?
Yeah, where's your grades?
When's your grades coming? He goes, they're already done. Bing.
And he sent the text to it. He texted us, yeah.
I think he texted you too.
Yeah,
you have, on the text.
You have his text.
Okay, got it. Don't worry about
sending
it.
The group chat. Just look back at the group chat. It's in there for sure.
Wow. That's interesting. What you just told me is interesting. There's a magazine coming in from New York to do a story about Ruhlman's and John Benton in particular. What you should do a story about Phil too.
You should.
I'm sure Phil will be heavily featured.
Yeah. Quoted.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's the inventor of Gallup.
Yeah,
he
came up
with
organization.
He invented Gallup.
He's the man.
So that'd be a pretty big deal.
Now, Phil is probably watching. Phil, if you're out there watching, please point us to this magazine when it comes out. We want a copy.
Yes, an autograph copy.
Autograph copy in the studio that we can
from you and John Benton.
Yes, we want maybe 2 copies.
Who ran Wilderness Ridge at age 13.
Remarkable, man.
It was a remarkable day. There was a point during the day when Bill did Bill's Thrills and the place went quiet.
It did, out of respect.
Right. I mean, it just went quiet.
There was a constant murmur.
I didn't feel that like you guys did.
I felt it.
It happened.
100%. It's like when I do Aging Gracefully, I've noticed that the birds stop chirping.
Yes, also just for a second.
Animals stop.
Really?
Yeah.
The world stops spinning.
Right.
Listens to your
But Ben's shaking his head.
Yeah.
You notice that, Ben? You noticed that the bird stopped chirping?
He did. The bird that had a constant murmur, it went quiet for that 15 minutes.
It did. And it was a good one. Minnesota got jacked. Can I say that on the radio?
Yeah,
sure.
Jacked.
Yeah.
I was going to stick with that one. I like that one.
Yeah, they got it. They got jacked.
The pane of glass. Oh, got it.
What was the headline? Can you remember the headline?
The pane of glass. It's a pain in the ass.
And they changed. I think the Big Ten changed the rule now.
Not the rule, how they officiate it.
I'm sorry.
The rules. You just can't do it 2 ways. It's like saying you can step out of bounds in the last minute of a basketball game and it doesn't count.
Right. You're right.
There's 2 different ways to do it. Now the way it's not smart in college on the punt when the ball crosses the end zone that it's a touchback no matter what happens now, whether it lands or not, is that if the ball gets punted from way deep. So I mean, say it's like a 70-yard punt for some reason. There's no one on the goal line. So the official is running down there trying to see, did the ball cross the line? And so that makes no sense when you just look at it and say the ball didn't hit in the end zone. But so the time you spend on this, I mean, here's the part that's interesting about Minnesota.
Yeah, tell me.
Would be this. the last, I mean, it's coached so hard, and the last words out of your mouth would be to the onside team, you cannot be offsides, you cannot cross that plane, and it has been, and this also had been covered not numerous times, I mean, literally weekly in your practice, so you knew it was coming. But the last words out of your mouth were, "This cannot happen.
Mm-hmm.
This is what has to not happen."
And you're saying it didn't really.
I still say it didn't happen.
Right.
What I say
was
very clear was that the referee wanted to show the commissioner that he knew the rules.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That's what it was.
And here's one of the most. I mean, sport is interesting in a lot of ways. All of this discussion is zero consolation to Minnesota.
None.
They don't. They took a horrific L.
I didn't realize till I watched it for how many time last night. I watched it again. I didn't quite realize this because I just saw the flag, so I kind of lost pace of it. They got the ball at like the 37-yard line. The ball scooted down the sideline.
The 37 of
Michigan.
Ooh.
So they were basically,
this is criminal.
They were basically 5 yards from field goal range.
You know what this is? That's criminal.
It is. It really. It wasn't like they got the ball at the 50. No, they got the ball way down the field. And also the other thing too, Michigan had no idea what they were doing. Their technique on the recovery team on the hands for the win was wrong. I see them lined up. And I'm like, what are they doing? And they didn't have that. They didn't
football,
do
Jake.
They didn't execute it.
Jake, football.
Someone didn't have it figured out.
Do you think they just didn't work on it that week or something? Probably.
They would have had to have worked on it. That's one thing. You always kick an onside kick and a hand seat every Thursday. You're going to do that.
So much to cover.
I just think Michigan played 3 quarters of great football. They were dominating Minnesota, and then all of a sudden the fourth quarter of Minnesota gets life. If they had either won that game or tied it and went to overtime, that's an absolutely amazingly stunned stadium. They had just beat USC last week. Massive win. Right. After a blowout loss to Texas, you brought it back. I can't imagine that if somehow they had lost the game or went to overtime with that lead at home.
Imagine the Sharon Moore conversation. I mean, it'd have been boat rowing all the way back to Minneapolis.
You always talk about this, and it's so right. Just think about the ramifications of that call as it applies to Michigan, but also as it applies to PJ Fleck. And then flip it on its head. What a win for PJ Fleck.
Yeah. It could now he's 3-2. Probably gonna get to a bowl game. Now he's 2-3 and he's got USC coming in.
Right. And you look at the whole Minnesota program differently.
He's on the hot seat. I read a deal. 7 coaches in the hot seat. Fleck was one.
Well, don't forget the previous week they were up 14-7 in Iowa at halftime and got boat raced in the second half. I mean, Iowa, Caleb Johnson put them away. They got routed, and they were down 24-3. They could have got to overtime.
No consolation, Bill. None.
Also,
no consolation.
We have these so they reviewed the Miami Virginia Tech game for 5 minutes and 33 seconds. That was the review.
Yep.
So they missed the call because here's why they missed it. I'm not saying they didn't get the call right, but they called a touchdown. So if you reviewed it for 5:33, that means there's no evidence. And there's time on that film.
Means they were looking for evidence.
And there's time on the film where no one can see the ball.
I watched it a zillion times. I watched it a zillion times.
So it should have been a touchdown based off what the rules were.
How do you overturn?
You don't overturn it.
Yeah, I couldn't overturn it.
But here's the deal. We have all these views, angles, everything. Minnesota clearly recovered the ball.
Oh,
but guess what? Guess what? Non-reviewable.
Oh God.
Non-reviewable. So it went away like a high school game.
Yeah.
It just went away. Nope, no go.
Oh,
sorry.
That's criminal.
It is.
It's criminal.
And to think that we have this technology that they couldn't just say, hang on, we're going to go to the Big Ten here. We're going to look at this again.
This is
and
bad.
if they had came back and just said, hey, we got the call wrong. They say non-reviewable.
Now, is it simple going forward just to say that should be reviewable?
Yeah, that'd be a way to fix it, to say, we're going to review this.
Now, this, again, doesn't help Minnesota at all. But you got to fix the game.
Can you imagine? Imagine the panic of the Big Ten. Been the same panic it was in the ACC. Also, it's like Big Ten doesn't want Minnesota winning that game.
No,
they don't want that. They don't want Minnesota beaten. Can't
let that take over, though. You can't let that.
I agree with you. But boy, Minnesota, they took it on this one.
Virginia, you think Virginia Tech took it?
Yeah, 100%.
They called it a touchdown.
In
any of the 5 minutes reviews they showed, did it look to you that there's obvious reason to
I watched it
overturn the
100
call?
times.
I still can't find one.
No, I watched it 100 times.
5 minutes.
How do you come up with
How do you
review?
overturn that?
Well, I think we know why.
I mean, you know why, but still.
5:33.
I tell you what, again, Virginia Tech and Minnesota, it's the same with Virginia Tech. No consolation.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No.
They just took it out.
Now they're 2-3.
Yeah.
And most likely the next game won't be good. When you win a game like that, it's really hard to bounce back.
When you win a game and then just call the loss, that'd be hard. That'd be really hard. Human nature would be.
When the evidence still shows you should have won the game.
Wow. Idle chit chat got real.
It did.
Yeah, it got real.
We
Ben.
went from the bird to the
bird.
Bird is the word.
The bird. The bird is the word.
Everybody knows about the bird.
Everybody knows about the bird.
Good job, Jake.
That's the trash.
That was one of your best.
That was one of the best
in
the moment.
for that.
Yes.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
If I didn't do a
Yes.
bird song for that play, I would let the whole country down.
The thing about me, I'm not even thinking
You guys
that.
bend the country down.
The country down.
Yes, everybody.
We would have been, yes.
Packed
job.
house.
Do you want something lighthearted real quick before
Please.
we wrap?
Yes.
Well, kind of lighthearted. Not it was for me lighthearted.
This is about yesterday?
Yesterday, I told
The
you
wreck?
guys I was going home in the morning
Oh,
after the
10
remote.
a.m.
After the
Yeah.
remote, I went to get my car washed at Jet Splash. And this is Jet Splash is fine. This is not against Jet Splash.
No,
okay?
I got you.
At Jet Splash, 40th and South. I get in line, and I don't have the pass on the right side to go scan and go for it. I just they check my license plate, and I go in. So I have to be on the left side.
Okay.
There's two cars ahead of me with their doors open. I said, "This is odd. Why are the doors open in the drive-through?" So I'm waiting there for 2 minutes. Nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the right lane, can't get in, back up. The guy says, "Hang on, come over here." There was an accident in the car wash line.
I wonder what happened.
Now, I tried to see if there was obvious, damage to the front or back of the car. I didn't see it. But at one point, I did roll the window down and hear the gal say, "I'm so sorry. This is the worst morning of my entire life so far."
Oh, God, I wonder what
I
happened.
don't know, but I've never seen a moment like that.
Well, you're on a
at
belt.
the car wash.
So how could you?
Well, this is before the belt. You're
before the
they're,
belt.
they're getting
Pre-belt,
Checked, They're
okay.
getting checked in at the glass saying, "Okay, what
Probably
do you want?
just had
What
it in
wash do you
gear.
want?"
They had it in
Bump.
drive and took their foot off the brake, just didn't know.
But
Fender bender.
if I was looking at the situation, it seemed to me like the person in front felt like they were in the wrong. So I don't know if they were in park and
Yeah,
then went
she might have hit them.
reverse,
She
maybe
might have hit them,
accidentally,
yeah.
Might have done
instead
that.
of drive when the thing went up. But she said, "This is the worst morning of my entire life."
I
And I'm
hope
so
the police
sorry.
had to show up and write this up in the Jet Splash line.
So what did you do to get your car washed?
Well, I finally went up to the right side. The guy's like, "Hey, it's fine. We'll open up the gate. You're good to go." But I was trying to go backwards. I was trying to reverse out of there, which could have caused an accident myself.
Yeah.
But I said, I don't want to sit here for an hour and wait for this accident to get
No.
cleaned up here in the car wash line. What would you have done in that situation?
Probably what you did. Just go around.
But that the right side is very clear. No, you got to have either you're buying a pass over here or you're got to scan your card. I don't want to buy the car wash. I already have a membership, but I don't have the pass.
I'm very much not trying to act like I'm like Mr. Cool.
You are
I don't.
Mr.
I don't
Cool.
like that feeling.
Yeah.
But it is a nice feeling. I have the pass.
You have the pass.
Oh, you
Yes,
do.
I have
I
the
need-
pass.
I
So
need to get the
So I got to
pass.
go in on the
Yeah, your car is always clean.
the speed side. Yeah, I got to go through the speed side, and I like that because sometimes someone's there talking, they're getting checked in or whatever like that, and I just whip right by them.
Katrinka weighs in.
What'd she say?
Yeah.
The
Katrina didn't show up yesterday.
Katrinka,
Disappointing. A lot of people were there, but she was not.
Joke book.
the bird. The
Yeah.
bird is the word.
Yeah, surfing bird. The
That was
trash
the
bin.
theme song for Pee Wee Herman's show.
I cannot confirm or
Yeah.
deny that.
That was the theme for Pee Wee Herman's
Can anybody
show.
confirm that on the text
Well,
line?
She would know.
let's just talk about also. We just will get it out get it out right now. So when we get back to it later, we can have it out there that the game shows a fraud. The game
There was
shows
a moment
fraud.
I made,
The game
I made a
shows
This
a
mistake.
fraud.
Bill, this is
That's fine. No,
It's been
this-
twice.
This needs to be
this
brought
is
up.
family, I guess. We can
yeah,
talk
we have
about
to. Yeah, exactly right. So what we say, we're sitting around and all of a sudden at the
it's a
table,
little uncomfortable.
a little uncomfortable. It has to. Well, it has to be for Jake. You have to make it uncomfortable, I think.
Okay,
because
so what
he
happened?
robbed us with Hayner, right? Or with,
Jake
But the thing is,
Jake
you got
Hayner.
the question right there.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Here, Bill.
So he says, what running back 2001 was shut down by the black shirts?
That's what I did
And
say.
What TCU running back?
TCU running back. So I get the name right, and so Jamie's Burrow's very
sitting there.
proud.
He's sitting there.
So
by the
he
way.
texts all of his friends. He goes, "How about that? We shut down Tomlinson." And they're like, "No, we didn't. He was done in 2000. He was done in 2000. It wasn't even the right." So Jamie Burrow did
messed
not
up.
shut down Tomlinson.
We can
that
say
didn't
he did
happen.
for his sake.
But he said he did.
We can say that
Jamie
he did.
texted everyone. And then all of a sudden, all the 2001 black shirts are up in arms like, we didn't play against Tomlinson.
How about that, by the way, Jamie? How about that? We shut down Tomlinson. I don't remember that.
So then all of a sudden, there's a text message hits me about an hour later, and then I had to include Jake into the fold.
You did.
Then, because it got heated. Yeah.
It's fine. I'll take the L there.
Yeah.
You got the right name I was going for,
Sure.
so we didn't avoid any drama there in the game show itself. But yeah, that was poor. Poor by me. I got the Rice thing. I confirmed the Rice thing was
Okay,
correct.
was that correct?
Yes, I was right.
I was worried about
No,
that one.
the Rice one was
Right now,
correct.
what don't we worry about on the show?
We have to start getting stuff right.
We do. That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Renew, which David, by the way, was
David was
David
there with a fabulous shirt.
He was. Very loud shirt.
He had bonus gravy. He
He
had
did.
smothered.
He had a bonus gravy
I go, well,
dish,
that
yeah.
looks smothered, David. He goes, yeah, look at this. He had a bowl of bonus gravy.
He did. I saw it.
How about the fact that you can order bonus gravy and no one thinks twice about it?
The food's really good. Thanks to Kathy.
Yes.
Kathy
She gave you the pancakes.
Yeah.
and eggs.
Kathy Woody.
Yes.
Yeah, they were blue. Jake, remember what I always say is they got blueberry pancakes?
Yes.
They were blueberry pancakes.
Well, she knows what you like.
Kathy Woody can do everything.
Yeah, and those were, and I mean, when I say this, those were incredibly good pancakes.
You were eating them by hand when I was talking to you. You're driving in your truck and you were eating them.
You would have been thoroughly disgusted when you were talking to me on the phone yesterday because I was just stuffing them into my mouth via
No,
hand.
I could tell. I could tell what was going on.
surprising anymore.
I could tell what was going on.
Ben,
Please call
stuffing them in my mouth via hand.
Please call or text David at 402-833-3858 or go to renewyourauto.com. Everything from body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, and more. Renewyourauto.com.
Football.
Yesterday, yes, we heard from the coordinators, Tony White and Marcus Satterfield after practice sip. You were there?
Yes.
We'll save Satterfield for 7 o'clock.
This
How about that?
offensive discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do that. We can start with White if
Let's
you
do
want.
that. Start with Tony White, Nebraska defensive coordinator.
First of all, it was interesting. A lot of the media people were commenting on how sort of serious and kind of even short some of the answers were, which is fine. It's a big game. You don't want to read too much into that. It could have been as simple as a bad practice or who knows. He, there's always that kind of running commentary about the defense because it had a couple off Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have an off Saturday on this particular Saturday against Purdue. Shut down Purdue's running game pretty well. Do you have that sound?
Why don't you tell me what he said?
It was the guys did what they were supposed to do. They came with the right attitude. You don't even have to play it. We'll see if that attitude shows up again this week. I think he was pretty happy with the way they played. According to Pro Football Focus, they missed 17 tackles. That's suspect to me. I didn't see a bunch of missed tackles. I thought they tackled pretty well.
What's the normal amount in a game, Bill, of missed tackles?
Yeah.
You'd like to be 10 or less.
Okay, 10 or less. Got
10
it.
or less.
10 or less.
I would imagine, and like I said, I'm with Steve when they do these grading and who's grading and
right.
who's doing this. It's always kind of, oh yeah, they graded out grades. Like, well, they have no idea. Maybe the guy was supposed to be dropping in coverage and he rushed. Oh yeah, it was a good rush. He had his gap. They don't even know.
Right.
But in general though, I will say this: it's accurate enough to you can just tell if it's buffoonery. But also I would say that the 17 missed tackles, those are pretty easy to grade.
Okay.
So there must have been.
Okay.
There was some.
I would think you would look at it and just say, that's a missed tackle. Sometimes and so
yeah.
That one doesn't seem hard to grade. So the tackle. So that's probably maybe one of the reasons with where it's at. Also, probably concerning because it wasn't if you had 17 missed tackles, what would concern you would be who were you playing against?
Right.
So you're playing against a team that's extremely dynamic.
Right.
Sometimes a 17 can be like, yeah, we had 17, but wow, we tackled it. Made a lot of really good plays. Because you mentioned, Steve, that you didn't think Purdue was dynamic at receiver.
Mm-mm.
Or even dynamic at running back for missed tackles.
I mean, I can make Devin Mockbee sound like Eric Dickerson. He's not.
Yeah. Now there was times on a very solid, very very solid. There'll be a bowl team, Washington State, where they had like 9 missed tackles on one play.
Oh God!
So
against Genty.
Yes, there was. I mean, so they probably had in the mid 30s.
Speaking of Ashton Genty,
the Boise State running back.
they the Rutgers team has its own version of that. Don't know if this guy
easy on that one.
Yeah, he's not.
You're
I was just
going
going to say
on me here.
Yeah, I was just going to say he's not Kyle. I'm going to call
Manning
him
guy.
Yeah, I think that's.
Say it again, Jake.
Manning guy.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is. Best close.
I'm gonna go with Jake.
I think that's what it is actually.
I think it's Monin guy. There's no A. It's a M-O-N.
Okay.
I don't know how you get
guy, Monin guy.
Yeah. Anywho.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tomato. But who says tomato?
Nobody.
Nobody did. I love
Nobody.
that one. Tomato.
Put some tomatoes on your sandwich. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Caribbean.
Monin
I've heard
guy.
both of those.
Yeah, I will say, yeah. Monin guy is not. No, he's not Ashton Junty, but he's good. And they'll have to tackle.
Well,
they'll have to tackle.
I got audio on that one.
Please.
Here's Tony White analyzing Kyle Monin guy, the running back for Rutgers from yesterday.
He's probably the best one we've seen to date. Contact balance, vision. I mean, the guy, he just does not stop his feet. And the really neat thing about him is you see him and he gets his yak yards are ridiculous. I mean, he's getting hit at 2 and 3 yards, and then when they spot the ball, he's gained 6 and 7. You know what I mean? So that's between falling forward, breaking tackles, the O lineman hitting the pile forward, all that kind of stuff. They really do a really good job at finishing plays.
I'll tell you what, if that's what's going on, the one thing you don't want to see as a fan of an opposing team, a fan of your home team, a Nebraska fan, what you don't want to see is Rutgers pushing the pile forward. The running back getting stopped, and then somehow he got 4 because they just pushed the pile forward. It drives you crazy. They're tough though. They're a tough team. But you don't want to see him bouncing off tackles. And he's capable of it. It'll happen. Actually, you just don't want to see it a lot. He's averaging 147 yards per game. He was the Big Ten's leading rusher last year.
He had a particular run against Washington.
Yes.
He had one particular run that was about a 40-yard run, 40-yard run.
Missing Tooth Greg was telling me about
Rutgers' sideline.
Yep.
And it was one of those moments of like, okay, that was all running back. It was, and that's what Tony White said is what is frustrating for a coordinator, or it also says the talent level. Like I said, if it's blocked for 6 and they get 6, don't fear them. Block for 6 and they get 9, fear them. And so that's what this guy can do.
Yeah,
if like I said, a lot of times I said should have got 2, and it's 2nd and 5. That's where you get gutted a little bit.
Okay, this is where I discuss. This is the part of the show where I discuss X's and O's and scheme with Bill.
You tell Bill this.
Well, I'm getting more daring. Rutgers has this running back that's good. They don't have much at the receiver position. They don't have a quarterback that throws it down the field. If he throws it down the field, what did you say yesterday?
9 yards is taking the top off the coverage.
So don't you just load up against the run?
You can. They'll be +1. There'll be a lot of probably 1 high when you're watching it through situation.
1 high. Help me with that one.
What's that? Just 1 high safety.
1 high safety.
Split safety.
So you're moving your safety down.
Which means you're going to be +1 in the box.
So you're moving Singleton down.
You were trying to get +2 in the box.
I was,
which you can do.
Yeah.
Like that. Then if something breaks out, it'll go for a touchdown. Yeah. Like that. So that would not be probably the wise thing to do until you get backed up into your own red zone.
Then you can
then you can play a little bit more aggressive. But what you're going to see a lot of is just watch for. Which Nebraska will be repping a bunch will be the tight end and the flat. They run what we call the bluff play, where the tight end looks like they're going to run away zone, and the tight end is off the ball and he's coming back to block the defensive end, and then he'll just slip the defensive end out into the flat, and they'll try to get him to the ball to him fast.
Who's covering that?
So it'll be an outside backer. It'll be it could be a safety somewhere in that vicinity. Who's going to have that guy? It's by call. It's not always the same guy.
Okay.
Oh, you have that? No, it changes up how that's going to be. But you'll see that they don't throw the ball down the field.
See, that helps. They're going to try to grind it out. Thank you. I would say play the sound on Keona Davis. We don't mention Keona Davis much, but he is one of those sort of guys that you don't think about, but then when you see him, he's a true freshman, by the way. He's a true freshman defensive lineman. He was a late add to the 2024 class that you don't think about until you lay eyes on him. Then you say, how's he a freshman? He only has 5 tackles. It's not like he's setting the world on fire, but he's playing in the trenches in meaningful moments of games as a true freshman lineman. Watch Keona Davis.
Here's Tony White and him yesterday.
Explosive. I mean, he's very explosive. I mean, again, I say, we say that with the young guys that this is the worst they'll look, and as he continues to get snaps and feels what it's like playing there in the trenches and, against some grown men down in there, he's realizing what he can do as well. I mean, again, it's fun because the guys know what he can be around here, in the future and stuff. And so they're hard on him. They're coaching him. They're consistently telling them techniques and stuff and what to watch. So his growth and development is fun to be around.
Yeah, he holds in there really well, and they play a lot of guys up front, and he's one of them that comes in right away. What else from Tony White struck you, Jake? Anything?
Well, I think we got to give John Bullock some kudos here.
Oh my God,
John Bullock has been the
MVP of the defense. Yeah, the MVP.
Yeah. Here's Tony White on John Bullock yesterday.
Well, it's if you're going to say anything about Nebraska, the first person I think that epitomizes what it is John. He's a local guy, he's a Nebraska guy, right? And he comes over here, he walks on. I still remember the day where he's the 4th safety, and when we get here, he's the 4th safety or so, 4th or 5th safety, and Coach Rule standing back there, and he's like, "Hey, you see that guy right there? Well, let's move him to linebacker. Let's move John to linebacker and see what a simple like observation like that, right, turns into somebody who's playing at an all-conference level right now, and he's loving where he's at. His decision to come back and play, it's showing up on the grass, it's showing up in the locker room, it's showing up, in family dinners, the smiles on his faces, the celebration when he scored and the guys going crazy for him. Like, it don't get any better than that story, and it's really fun to be a part of that, because that's something he'll till the day he stops breathing, he'll remember that, he'll remember this story. So still got a lot of games to go. He better play well the rest of the way, but it's turned out to be a good one so far.
Omaha Creighton Prep leads the team in tackles 29. He leads the team in tackles for loss 5, even leads the team in pass breakups with 3. He's affected the ball. He's forced a fumble. He's got his hands on the ball. That's big.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The forced fumble was Illinois. It was a massive forced fumble.
Oh, it was a grown man play.
It was. Punched it out.
Yeah, it was a grown man play. He's playing really well. Clearly the MVP of the defense, as I've said 17 times in the last 2 days. He's and I like the John Bullock story. Alex Bullock's playing more now.
See, he got more reps on the last game. Yes.
And I think that's I think it's a blocking thing. He's a good perimeter blocker. You mentioned yesterday he sprung Ja'Cory Barney on that play.
Yes.
Yeah, that was him. So the Bullock boys are valuable. I mean, John is. I wouldn't have seen it coming. If you had said to me before the first game, who do you think at midway point of the season will be the MVP of the defense, I probably would have named 3 or 4 players before him. So kudos to him.
Great young man. Great. Yeah. Family, everything about him. Awesome.
Football player. Gets places too. He's fast.
He's a really good player.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
They say 4.5 on him.
Probably pretty close, pretty accurate.
Wow. Man, 4.5. What else you got there?
Well, if you didn't see, Javin Wright did make his debut last week.
That'd be
Purdue.
good sound. Sierra Wright would be good
Here's
sound.
Tony White and what it mean to get Javin Wright back this last week.
It was fun to watch him run around. He's got a big smile on his face, and he truly, the game was taken away from him for a second, and you could see every moment he's out there. He gave him a different outtake. So he's out there and he's loving life and he's loving running around and being with the guys. So just a reminder how you get into the groove of things and you take for granted every second you get a chance to be around guys, be around the players, be around this place. So I think he's really enjoying what he's getting to do now.
Guys, he played 13 snaps. He was in early. He ended up playing 13 snaps at inside linebacker. I don't think he practiced a lot before that week. That's the way Rule characterized it, I think, yesterday, Jake. I think you listened. But he got 13 snaps in, so that's great for him. He joked to Rule that, well, I'm a ninth-year senior, so I know what I'm doing. He's not a ninth-year senior, but okay, now, what do you have for sound on Sierra Wright, who's become a pretty good story?
Yes.
And the story could get really interesting. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't have the answer to this. If Tommy's able to play, Tommy Hill, if he determines on Saturday that he can play against Rutgers, what do you do with the lineup at that point? Do you take Sierra Wright out of it now? Because somebody's going to have to go out. But anyway, they're really happy with the way Sierra Wright's playing, the transfer corner from USC.
Yeah, he's been ultra competitive. That's essentially what you're looking for, right? I mean, I know again we've got a lot of transfers that are balling and stuff, Banks and Nayor and stuff, but on defense is the same way. You got MJ who came over and is having doing a great job, and then Sierra, especially with the injuries and the guys being old back there. It's fun to watch him, take form and start to be the best version of himself. He's competitive. He knows what to do. Coach Butler's doing a really nice job with Coach Melvin and Tariq and Adam, those guys on the coaching staff, keeping them up, keeping the standards high for him, not letting them slip up and all that stuff. And it's showing in his work on the grass and off the grass as well. So it's fun.
What I'm talking about here is Sierra Wright played 52 snaps. He played 52 snaps against Purdue. That's the most snaps of any of the defensive backs. So I just don't think they'll take him off the field, but I don't know what you do at that point. We got to get to Sean here.
We do.
Let's get to Sean.
Okay.
Let's get to Sean.
Before that, though, we were at Early Bird yesterday.
We were.
Which is called what? The Bird.
The Bird.
Thank you.
The Bird's the word.
You had pancakes. I had some breakfast tacos after it was all over. It was great.
I did not know
I
that.
stayed and paid for my breakfast tacos.
I did not know that.
I did. I paid for them. It was great.
Breakfast
I just
ate
burritos,
off other people's plates.
Variety of pancakes, and of course the chicken fried steak, which was what, Bill?
Smothered, bonus smothered.
David got the bonus smothered. And don't forget the world famous hash holes.
Hash holes.
Hash holes.
Which a lot of people had hash holes yesterday. And they liked it.
They sold more hash holes yesterday than any time ever. Everyone walked out of there with hash holes.
It probably did. And if you did, that's
the first thing I had. That little cheese sauce.
It had a hash hole.
Yeah,
really good.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Bill gave me one. Those are real.
Yeah.
Those are real.
You like that.
Yeah.
Free parking, lots of parking, 19th and K gets it today. Early Bird, check it out. It was awesome yesterday. It can be great today. You go today?
Yeah, go today.
Also is just as good. Sean Callahan is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary and Michael's Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116. When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Well, good morning, little brother. Is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I just did a quick check of the current spread for Nebraska Rutgers. Huskers are 6.5-point favorites right now against Rutgers. 4-0 Rutgers, 4-1 Nebraska. We're joined now by Huskerline Sean Callahan. Sean, do you think Nebraska is about a touchdown better than Rutgers heading into this game, in your opinion?
I mean, that seems about right, guys. A touchdown's a lot in a Big Ten game now. I mean, it's more like it's more like the NFL when you look at these Big Ten games. There's a lot of spreads that are going to hover in this area. Obviously, you see a lot of big ones too, where Oregon and Ohio State are 20-plus point favorites in some of these matchups. But I mean, Washington's a 2-point favorite over Michigan this week in Seattle. So the home field is big. Mm-hmm. Rutgers plays a style of game where points are going to be at a premium because they want to shorten this game, tighten the possessions. I like this game for Nebraska. I think it's a better matchup for them than Illinois was. And I think the heat, and Sipple and I talked about this yesterday, is going to be a factor. I mean, 95 degrees, and they're going to be on that east sideline, cooking in that sun. So, you know, there's some advantages for Nebraska going into this game in Lincoln. But, you know, that's about right, I would say.
Okay, Sean Callahan joins us. John Bullock, Sean, has been quite a, I'd say, revelation in that we didn't probably expect him to be the clear MVP of the defense at this point of the season. When you go back and look at him in high school, Sean, and you follow the high schools very closely, did you see this kind of coming to? Did you think John Bullock's career in college could evolve, you know, to a point where he's the best player on Nebraska's defense?
No, I don't think anybody could. I mean, when he first came, when Coach Frost was here in Chenander, I mean, it was 2020. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he's just an under the radar walk-on guy. And, you know, I don't think he was very high on their radar for playing time at that point. And then, you know, he started to really come on in special teams, if you remember.
That's right.
When 2021, he was starting to, you know, play on some specials and emerge, but he was still a safety and he wasn't a linebacker. I think what changed his career, and you heard Tony White tell that story yesterday. He goes, why is this guy in the back of the safeties line of the group? Let's put him at linebacker. We need linebackers. And I think that's the move that really changed his career because he wasn't playing linebacker until the 3-3-5 defense came here and they made that move, and it really changed the trajectory of his career. He still had to play behind, Nick Heinrich and Luke Reimer. But he continued to get on the field last year, and now here he is.
Sean, also his brother, Alex Bullock. We saw him play more snaps. I'm trying to get those snaps right now. He played more snaps against Purdue. Why do you think he's playing more right now?
Blocking. I mean, I think when you look at the consistency of the perimeter edge blocking, he's going to give you a better guy out there. He played a lot last year, and obviously he's had his snaps taken back because of the additions of Jamal Banks and Isaiah Nayor.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a really good high school player too. I mean, I watched that year during COVID, during 2020 in the fall. We went to a lot of games because Nebraska didn't play till basically November, and he was a really good player as well. They're a great story, just kind of coming in as walk-ons, and both have become factors in different ways. But I think he gives them just kind of a steady presence. You saw him that one Ja'Cory Barney play. I believe he took out two guys on the edges there.
Mm-hmm. He played 22 snaps, Sean. He played 22 snaps on Saturday.
Joined by Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
That's a good number. Sorry, Jake.
Joined by Sean Callahan. Sean, Nebraska again continues to have major issues kicking the football.
Oh, yes.
Rutgers is very good at blocking kicks. The 2 block kicks in the first half for Nebraska last week. John, what do you do with this kicking game? And are you just going to go for it on every 4th down in opponent territory?
Yeah, 2 numbers, 71 and 63. 71 block kicks by Greg Schiano in his 15 years at Rutgers, 63 non-offensive touchdowns. That should scare the hell out of you, Jake Sorensen.
Wow. I am scared, Sean.
Wow, that's hard.
No, I don't think they've had a lot this year, but in the history of Schiano, that's kind of been his bread and butter. And we had Bobby Darin on last night, 24/7 Rutgers guy. I used to work with at Rivals years ago, and he said Greg Schiano coaches the special teams himself, and that's a big part of his deal. Kind of like a Frank Beamer almost. So they will try to find points there, and I don't know what the answer is. I mean, it'd be nice if early in the game they could just make a kick just to kind of get the ball rolling. They had the ball rolling in the second half with extra points. They made 4 extra points.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, you kind of chuckle. I mean, but you got to make a 2-foot putt before you make a 10-foot putt. You got to get some baby steps to get to where you want to be. But you're right, Jake. It should be a concern because Nebraska's had a punt block this year. They've had 2 field goals blocked now. Isn't
it interesting that on those PATs, I was like, okay, they got that. That's good. They kicked the PAT. It's come to that.
Drama-free in that one.
It's come to that. Okay, speaking of concerns, Sean, I'll just do the old level of concern. What's your level of concern with the I'll call it the traditional running game, just the handoff to the running back?
It's more the blocking up front too. I mean, I don't know if there's been a lot there either for those guys, and it is pretty predictable when Dowdell's in. I think for defenses, they know he's going to get the ball, so they can probably commit extra bodies to that. And you've got to get off. You've got to run through somebody, or you've got to beat somebody, or get to the second level. And they just haven't had great success doing it. I mean, the jet sweeps have been kind of their bread and butter run play that have opened up more things.
Yep.
And then when Emmett Johnson came in the game, and obviously really had a great second half, but they're not going to give up on it either. I mean, I think you'll see it again, and they've got to have that play in their arsenal with Dowdell and kind of those inside runs. But they just did get a great game last week, and Purdue was prepared for it. I mean, they had a pretty good scheme lined up against the run because they knew Nebraska was going to try to run it at them, and they've been giving up the running yards like they have. And without a running quarterback, it's a little bit easier to scheme Nebraska than what Notre Dame and what the Oregon State teams were doing to Purdue a couple weeks before that.
Last thing quickly, Sean, do you believe Nebraska's run defense will be able to slow down Kyle Manigai, the running back for Rutgers?
It reminds me of Mo Ibrahim from Minnesota. Nebraska had they would always get off to a good start with him. And then in the second half, if the game tilted to the favor of their team, he would kind of start to turn those 2-yard, 1-yard runs into 6, 7, 8-yard runs. And that's the key. Can they not let that happen? Where, his size and downhill style takes this game over in the second half. They've got to get him tired in the first half in this heat, wear him down a little bit, and not let him wear them down on the flip side. And, a lot of it is getting off the field on third down. Can they win on third down? Kaliamantis is, really good in those, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4s. He knows how to get out of the pocket, dump it out to the receivers. They're 51% third down conversion team. So I think a lot of it will be, can Nebraska get off the field early in this game to not let him kind of get going as a running back.
Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat with you again next week.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Husker Line, Sean Callahan.
Question for Bill. Bill, help me. You have to come through on this stuff for us. Ja'Cory Barney is having a lot of success on these, what we'll call them jet sweep plays. Comes around, goes on the perimeter and gets big gains. The defense is surely going to adjust to that, right? Defenses are surely going to adjust.
Yes. Anytime things are on film, immediately, first of all, you want to track who are the potentials. Like right away, it appears as if the Banks and Naor, that's not their style. That's not their. It's like, hey, there's really two guys for Nebraska. They're kind of in that mode. Who's going to carry that ball? So you always want to have awareness of where that is. What does the other side of the ball look like? Which you always want to kind of protect the edge so you don't get someone that's right in his face on a jet sweep or anything like that. Then also, there's different ways to do it if it's off of motion and different things adjustments-wise that you can do. Like I said, there was the reason they had the big play for the touchdown against Purdue at the end of the game was that they went push crack versus press, and one guy blocked two because the corner stayed on him. They went and blocked. If they just stay on the corner like that, if they just stay on the corner, then the safety probably gets him on the ground for an 8 to 10 yard gain. Instead, they blocked it and they screwed it up. So you're going to work.
Purdue screwed it up.
Yeah, you're going to work very diligently on. First of all, it's going to be pre-snap awareness. Where are the potential of the runners at? What's the alignment? What do they do? So they'll have a lot. And then Nebraska will probably have a different look off of it also. But
that's what I was going to ask.
But you're also there'll be a change up, a different way to get to it. But then also it'll be repped very heavily. Because if you're looking at it right now, they're explosive runs.
They are.
Have been that. That's what's like.
That's what they're leaning on.
I'm like going like, hey, we can't give up these explosive runs by the wide receiver.
Yep, right.
That can't happen. So that'll be hit on hard.
Okay, so then the question becomes, when the defense adjusts, what can now I'm more of the offensive mind in this room than you. What does the offense do to readjust?
How they line him up, they can move him, shift him, they can motion him one way, then bring him right back on the play. So it's real simple. You just say, let's just run the same play. How can we get to a different?
Okay.
That's it. And they'll have different ways to be able to get to it. They'll always have that. Or something off of it where it's going to be, hey, we're going to fake this and then go to the next
That's
thing.
what I was looking for.
So they'll have some different looks from it. So I still anticipate success with that.
Remember when Wisconsin did that to Nebraska? Running those jet sweeps.
How can you forget that? They're still running the jet sweep.
The
2012 Big Ten title game.
Yeah. Who was that?
Melvin Gordon, James White, and Monte Ball, all three of them. Now, Gordon had this jet
Gordon
sweeps,
was mainly jet
White
sweep.
and Bell were just going up the middle.
Nebraska didn't adjust well.
No.
Nebraska did not
Gave
adjust
up 70 points in the game. Like 500 rushing yards, something like that.
That was a dark day, I'm telling you. And I mean, when I say dark, I mean dark.
I mean, you thought it was dark when Melvin had 409 against Nebraska.
In Indy. We're talking about Indy.
2 years prior, it was worse than that. Because it was collectively, they could not stop anything in the run game.
Yeah, let's talk about something more pleasant.
Okay, how about this?
Like rats in a gutter.
No, this will be more pleasant. Segment 2 is sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids, Sonny and the team over there.
Yeah.
Farmers, we know that volume discounts are a major factor in ordering seed. Oftentimes, discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Capitalize on this diversity with one brand, Beck's Hybrids. Go to beckshybrids.com for a full farm quote. And always remember the 3 Fs: faith, family, and farming. Beck's Hybrids.
They're flexing right now.
Are they?
They're flexing right now because things, I mean, have you seen a better harvest season than this right now? Corn's drying on its own, not run it through the dryers and everything. That's a big savings in your yield. Did you know that?
I did hear that.
Yeah. It's a big
savings in your
We
yield.
have to supply learning like Bill does. He's way ahead of us.
He's an ag man.
Trying to always learn.
Yeah.
Trying to learn.
So the dryness actually helps harvest.
You're down on the being in a drought's not a great thing ever. It's never like, oh no, that's a great thing, but it is for harvest time right now because everything is. I mean, soybeans are flying out of the fields, corn's going out because everything's dry. Everything. The reason you leave your corn in the field longer so it naturally dries. That's the whole idea. If you take it out early, then you have to dry your corn, which means I gotta dry your. That's a lot to dry your corn.
I'm
need a Bill Busch
So
ag symposium over here.
I'm embarrassed how much I don't know.
We're getting together for
The
that.
symposium.
The symposium.
You should have a symposium and lead the symposium.
Lead it. Yes.
Yes.
Talk about fertilizer.
Yeah.
Nitrogen.
Yeah.
And hydrogen.
It's important. Beck's Hybrids. Thank you. Beck'sHybrids.com.
Incredible.
When we come back, the mailbag and
what?
song
The bag.
of the day is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their brand new caramel apple butter cream cheese or apple coffee cake muffins through their new partnership with local apple orchard, Picnic Hill. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Hi, this is Jay Foreman. Join me, Old School, live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O Street this Friday for their Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party from 4 to 6 p.m. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. That is this Friday from 4 to 6 at Cornhusker Bank, 83rd and O Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
but you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. And you.
Once again, your song of the day from 1971, Wild Nights by Van Morrison. 464-56851. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day. I wish you could have seen Bill play the air horn.
The muted horn.
The muted horn.
Very
They
nice.
had a horn section. They had a horn section.
They did.
Kind of a muted horn.
Yeah. I wrote down, imagine being in studio when you cut that song. How happy would you be?
I mean, you'd be happy
that morning.
We're going to be rich.
Yeah, when you woke up, hey, we're going in today in studio, and we have an entire horn section showing up,
and then it sounds like that. He caught a groove.
He caught a real Van Morrison, dude.
He caught a groove.
Yeah.
Now that's the original. John Cougar Mellencamp did a remake of that. In
it was good.
80s, which is good.
It was good.
This was the OG though, the original.
Yeah, John Cougar Mellencamp. His version was excellent. That's 1971. And what was 1971, Bill?
Better times.
Better times.
Better times. Thank you, Jake. I also appreciate the fact that Jake played almost the entire song.
He did.
He played a lot of that one.
He played a lot of that.
I was hoping he'd get to a part, and he did. And then I was like, okay, he got to it. Now he's going to keep it going.
Now we just got to put it right in Heyman's face a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the muted horns. I think it was a pretty elaborate bass guitar, pretty elaborate.
Sounded pretty good. I think
Pretty elaborate. Pretty elaborate riffs.
Yeah, riffs. I felt there was riffs.
Yeah,
That
it would
was
be
so-
hard. It'd be hard as the bass guitarist in that song. I think that's not easy.
I would just like to have been sitting there, just sitting there, headphones on, just I'll just sit over
In the
here
studio?
and just see it all happen. I'd love to see it happen.
I think that studio is kind of close to the LA airport, LAX. I have no idea, Bill. And I don't know if that's a elaborate riff on the bass
But you
guitar,
tried.
rhythm
You
bass
said it-
guitar.
You said it confidently, though.
It seemed elaborate.
Seemed
Anyway, he caught a groove. 1971, Better Times. That song is incredible, and it really sounds incredible in headphones. 9.1175. Yes, it's beautiful, Jake. Good job.
9.1179.
Very almost exact.
Almost exact. So close.
Almost spilled
Ben's
my
got to be an 8-2. Ben had to like it. It's an upbeat
happy
song. It's a happy song. What do you got?
7.7. We'll
Okay,
take that.
solid. Ben's eating some milk duds too.
Ben just hasn't been the same since Bella's been gone.
No,
let's
has
just
not.
put it out
Bella,
there.
Bella, text Ben. He wore a
Text him.
UPS outfit to work today. He wore a UPS outfit.
Would she have commented on
when
the
Ben
outfit,
walks
you
into
think?
class today? It's going to be like this. Sir, just put the package down over here.
Just go up to somebody and say, "What can Brown do for you?"
Yeah, I didn't even know how you find a T-shirt like that. What do you have in your UPS section? Where's the? And then Sears.
What can Brown do for you, Ben? Poor guy.
You brought it on yourself, Ben.
Some
what do you have?
rating.
You wore a
what's
brown
light-
and black.
What's a light tan? Any light tan T-shirts? Anywhere?
Hey, it's not a V-neck though. This time he's got.
Not a V-neck.
He went away from the V-neck.
That
since
was
we
incredible. The
called
V-neck.
him
I'm
out
so
for that.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Some
All
ratings
right.
before we get to the mailbag. We got John says, "Wow, a 9.8." In that one.
I'm with him, John. You heard the horn section, the muted horn.
Yeah.
See, if you might have saw Bill play the horn also in here. That was nice work. 7.6. Vern in Dakin.
Burn and taken.
Mike and Dalton 8. Kent says it's a one putt birdie 8.8.
Nice, Jake. Good job.
The golf references. Thank you. Husker Rick, a 7.5. Ryan in California, 9.1. Husker Mike in Waterloo, 8.5.
Who in Cleveland? Bird 6. Nice number by Bird. Bird went 10 for Bird's the word. Bird,
He did.
bird.
And
Bird's
rightfully
the word.
so.
There was an obligation.
There's an obligation.
You
Double
had to.
birds.
Yep.
Ellis in Illinois, 8.12. Pops in Minnesota, 6. Sean in DeWitt, 8.6 on that one. Jennifer, 7.9. Hubby, 7.1.
Nice.
Yesterday was rough in the household.
Gave it a low score for
Yeah.
Surfing Bird. I
Yeah.
think she gave it a 4. 4 and a 5.
Surfing Bird.
Surfing Bird. That was so good, Jake. And you come back with this.
I know.
I'm trying to keep it
Heater.
going here, you know.
Heater.
Some YouTube ones before we get to mailbag. We got
The tube.
Kevin gives it 8.9. Genghis 7.8. Bald Tuber says
Bald
a
Tuber.
10 on that one. Bolt on YouTube 7.9.
Thank you, Dave.
Doug a 9.0. Chris 6.5. Troy 5.9. There is your ratings on the song
Thank
of
you.
the day.
Jake, once again, you're on a heater.
And tomorrow it's Rick Heyman's song. So see if he keeps
Yeah.
the heater going.
Rick Heyman.
Oh, it's on Heyman. All right.
So-
Heyman's in Florida.
Is he?
He's in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
You keep track of people.
I do. I try to keep track of people. What's
He does.
going on?
It is time, without further ado, for the mailbag. Let's
The
fire it up.
bag.
The mailbag is always sponsored by our friends at
You
Applied
need to rein it in.
Connective Technologies. What words do you not want to hear in IT, Bill?
I've been hacked.
Oh, man, you don't want to hear those, but it won't happen with Applied Connective, Nebraska's preferred tech partner in all 93 counties. They were at a presence at Early Bird
They were.
yesterday.
And the attorney of the stars, Mossman, went over and met with them,
He
and
did?
they're collaborating. Yes.
Joining forces.
Joining forces to have law and security work as one.
Security law.
Security law.
Hey, what is Jake?
Yes.
Who was the young man from Applied Technology?
Was that Kyle?
Kyle.
Kyle was there.
Kyle was on hand.
Kyle was in the building.
He was at the bar.
He was.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Set up. He was
Bill,
working.
Bill liked the fact there was a bar there. It was
Yeah.
his first
Cool.
comment.
It's more
There's
like
a bar
a,
here.
it's more like it's a bar / like a diner setting where you can eat at the bar, but also you felt very comfortable ordering a cocktail too.
You did. And,
Yeah.
and Jamie was sitting at the bar, the owner.
He
Yes.
was.
Is he the owner?
What's that? Yes.
He's the owner.
He's heavily involved
Yeah.
He
in the
he
operation.
had a large orange juice. Remember that.
Are we sure it's just OJ?
What's that?
Are we sure it was just OJ?
It was just
in that
OJ.
class?
It was
Okay.
Could have been.
OJ.
Yeah.
AppliedConnective.com or please call 866-358-0109 for a free consultation. To the mailbag, we have from Field Stormer Mark. It's for all of us here. Three. Bill, start with you. Bill, who is your favorite Houston Oiler of all time?
Well, it's easy. There are so many that I just absolutely loved. But I'm going to go with Dan Pastorini, number 7.
Oh, really? You're
Yeah.
going with Pastorini?
Going Pastorini. Earl Campbell. I mean, don't get me started on
Right.
the whole team. Curly Culp. I mean, Billy White Shoes Johnson.
Yeah.
Kenny Burrow. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
Sip, your favorite Raider from Field Stormer Mark.
Okay, this is a good one. I liked Van Egan. Mark Van Egan was a
Fullback.
Yeah, running. He dotted the I.
Dotted the I too.
Yeah,
did he?
yeah.
I think he had a full face mask, like a full.
He did. See, Banaszak was the fullback.
Yeah, you're right.
Pete Banaszak was the fullback. Mark Egan, I thought was he was the kind of running back I like. He was a tough between the tackles runner.
You know what he was like? He was like for old Nebraska people.
John O'Leary.
What's that? O'Leary's really good at that. Rick Burns.
Oh yes,
he was just
good comp,
just like Burns. Number
Good
35.
comp.
Yes.
Jake, your favorite Dolphin. I have to go with
talking to himself.
Rondé Gadsden, receiver from the early 2000s. He was on average teams. Jay Fiedler was his quarterback, who was not very good from
The
Dartmouth.
Fiddler.
Yeah.
Rondé Gadsden.
Rondé Gadsden had some of the biggest hands ever. Jay Foreman would confirm that because he has played against him with the Buffalo Bills. That Gadsden was a dude.
Okay.
And he made some remarkable one-handed catches in his career.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Interesting.
You like him better than the Marx Brothers?
Well, I wasn't alive for those guys. I wasn't
Okay.
really around yet. So
That takes away from it.
I could say, Bob Greasy, but I wasn't alive when Bob Greasy was playing.
You could say Paul Winfield.
Warfield.
Or Dave Winfield. One of the two.
Or Paul Warfield.
You could say that. It'd be wrong.
I could be wrong.
Yes, you could say
He
that.
doesn't exist. Oh, okay. Sorry about it.
That's a great question.
Let's say Warfield. Paul Warfield. Yeah.
Paul. From Kip in the mailbag. Kip says, is a bar of soap always clean? Does that slight outer layer need to be rubbed off before it is
That's
clean?
a great question. I've never even pondered it till right
It's a
now.
great question. I count it as clean.
I do too.
I count it as clean. Yes.
I do too.
But I will say this, which is an oddity right now to bring up, which could have been maybe a potential Bill Strills. The bar soap doesn't exist anymore.
I have some.
Very rare.
Very
but
rare.
yeah.
You don't see it. It's a body wash now. It's a body wash.
Yeah.
We talked about this. The soap scrimmage. That
It's not as much
doesn't
soap.
doesn't happen anymore. It's not like, oh, we have to get bars of soap for everyone.
Here's there is a situation here. If you have spray shower cleaner, which I do,
Okay.
I spray it everything and over the soap. So I often wonder, I wonder if I should start in with this soap. The next time I shower, do you just start in with the soap or you got to rinse it off? I always think, well, it's shower cleaner, so it's clean.
I
right?
tend to rinse off the soap first, but I understand
you?
if you don't
Do
do
you?
that. Yeah.
What a question.
I'm going to say this, though.
mailbag.
I'm going to go back to a bar of soap, I think.
Yeah, do it.
I'm going to go back to it.
Do it.
I'm getting Irish Spring.
Irish Spring.
That's what I'm
Damn,
getting.
Irish Spring's not
Yeah.
bad. I used it as a kid a lot.
Yeah.
So I just go with Dial.
Don't forget they had soap on a rope, too.
They did.
Soap on
I
a
don't
rope.
know
Go
that.
go to, how about this? Go to soap and a washcloth in the shower.
Yes, it's old school.
Yeah, old school.
Is that better times?
A washcloth, yes.
Better
Okay,
times.
Anthony in the mailbag says, good morning, guys. Question for the mailbag. If you were trapped in a 10 foot by 10 foot concrete room with one animal, what is the largest animal you could kill with nothing but your bare hands? 10 foot by 10 foot room.
I
It's
don't
Anthony
really
in
even
Sabetha,
know.
Kansas.
Don't know that.
I don't know what. I'd have a hard time just killing an animal.
I wouldn't want to do
I
it.
wouldn't want to do that. I think I'd try to befriend him.
Yeah, unless
I'd try to get along.
But the animal's trying to kill you. This
Yeah,
is
the
just so you can't just befriend something trying to
So
kill
the
you.
animal's trying to kill you.
Yeah, because you both want to get out and they get a little angry. So
I'd like to think I could whip an ostrich.
I'm gonna get hold of his neck. He's gonna whip him around. He's gonna whip him around.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I like that I could take an ostrich down if I had to, right? That's a big animal.
it is a big animal.
Yeah.
It's a big animal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop at that. I think
Yeah,
the
let's
ostrich.
just
We
do
just
that.
end that. We'll just end it in ostrich. Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good answer
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Could not be an ostrich. You don't think
Okay.
so?
Well,
Ben?
we
Ben,
have,
if you just develop some rage, you might be able to do it.
this is one I need you guys to help out because I can't answer this one. Okay, this is from John. He says,
John.
morning, guys. A friend of mine gave me the old guy quiz yesterday. He says, He said, if I answered yes to at least 5 of these, I am an old guy. Okay.
Okay.
Did you have a slinky?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Multiple. Down the stairs. And
100.
once it got slightly kinked or bent, it was done. And
But you'd always have another
You'd always have another, but you try to fix it. You just look at it and that little kink and I go, I'm screwed.
Bill, I would go so far as to say a slinky was a fixture of my childhood.
There were always
We had them
around.
all the time.
Always around.
Okay. Did you guys have a box of 64 Crayola crayons?
Oh, 100.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's two for two, old person.
That's
Oh, yeah.
That's more rich kids. That'd be more you with the 3-car garage.
Yeah.
Columbus.
Probably. Yeah.
Did you have a Tonka truck?
100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. A lot
You're
of them.
passing the old guy quiz.
Yeah,
right?
we didn't have Tonka trucks.
I had a lot.
They
of
were
them.
around. People were there. They had them around
Yeah.
though. But I didn't. That wasn't a Tonka truck.
Yeah,
wasn't a staple.
I would pretend. I was that kid that I would make the
Make
sound.
noises,
Yeah.
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 Okay. Fourth one. Do you know where BR549 came from?
I don't.
Okay. I don't either.
I don't.
I should know that though.
Hold on.
No,
Think about. Think it through.
BR549.
BR549.
It'll make me mad that I don't know. But no,
I don't know that one.
I don't know.
So Bill has only 2 for 4 in the old guy quiz. You're 3 for 4.
Yeah.
Do you know who Captain Kangaroo is and Mr. Green Jeans?
Of course.
Absolutely.
My God.
The
yes.
captain. He was
He
incredible.
wore a red sport coat with white trim.
and he kind of had bangs. His hair was
Yes.
kind of cut gray and cut right across here.
He did have
Yes.
kind of an old timey haircut. Yes.
Last one is you put aluminum foil on your rabbit ears of your TV.
Didn't really do that much. We adjusted them more. That wasn't really
Okay.
wasn't really the foil. We had to move the ears a lot. You had to move them and stuff, trying to get them to come in a little better.
Yeah, and we were around when there was black and white TV. You were.
Yes.
I was. I remember it. I mean, I watched. I think that one NIT on black and white TV. One of Nebraska's NIT appearances.
Dobie Gillis was a great show. That was black and white.
Dobie Gillis.
Yeah.
What was that?
Dobie Gillis.
Yeah, I remember. What show was it called? Dobie Gillis.
Called Dobie Gillis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being told that the BR549 was the phone number used on Hee Haw.
Hee Haw.
Ooh,
That's
didn't
right.
know that. Didn't
Yeah.
watch. Now, me and Bill might butt heads on this. I didn't think Hee Haw was fun.
I didn't watch Hee Haw.
Oh, you didn't?
No, didn't watch that. Didn't watch that. No, didn't watch
That
that.
is
I didn't
the
think it was
mailbag.
fun.
No.
By the way,
But Green Acres is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's different. Whole different.
It's a
Story.
whole different
Don't
story.
confuse the two because
don't confuse.
because you had to climb up the pole to use the phone.
Yeah, Green Acres is the place to be.
Yeah.
Farm living is the life for me.
We'll wrap it up with this.
Brought in a millionaire wife, and they lived in a shack.
Yeah,
they were farmers.
Somebody commented from the 515, the Iowa area code, that they'll take the ostrich over you in the cage.
Oh,
match.
really? Okay.
Okay,
Well,
I'm gonna
taking
take
the
Sybil.
ostrich.
He's Golden Glove.
Yeah, yeah.
He's Golden Glove.
I like to think I can take an ostrich.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant
Thank you,
words
Jake.
this morning from you.
Thank you, Jake.
That is the mailbag, sponsored by our friends at Applied Connective Technologies. Again, go to appliedconnective.com so don't get hacked. You don't want that.
No.
All 93 counties of this state.
Better
Thank you.
times.
Better times.
Better times. When we come back, let's get to Marcus Satterfield's comments from yesterday
Okay.
about the offense and the running game next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time, play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Treads Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Treads Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Treads Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. We'll see an afternoon high around 84. Tonight, mostly clear skies with an overnight low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and breezy conditions return. An afternoon high around 85. Our meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Question for you. Would you rather pay $150 a month or $15 a month to work out with the same high-quality gym equipment? At Planet Fitness, you can get top-tier equipment for $15 a month. Plus, save $28 or more when you join now during our Strong Choice sale. Our weights weigh the same, you just don't pay the same. Enjoy free fitness training and 24-hour access at most clubs, all in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. See club for details.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2, as always, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also at 70th and Pioneers. And what's happening today in Creighton with Shin Daddy, Bill?
Supporting grapes.
Whoa.
Supporting grapes.
Grapes.
It's Wine Wednesday.
Oh,
it's
yes.
Wine Wednesday, so Shin Daddy's having a wine tasting the entire day in the lobby of Nebraska wines.
I'll be darned.
Nebraska wines. So
I like that.
You'll have your Merlot, you'll have your Chardonnay.
What else?
What that?
Can you name a bunch of wines?
I can name them once.
Keep going.
A Riesling.
Nice.
You want a Riesling in there like that?
You're cultured.
A Cab.
You're cultured.
Be a Cabernet. Yep.
A cab.
Cabernet. Sauvignon.
Yeah. If you're ever gonna have wine, just say, just give me the house cab.
Okay, now I learn a lot from you.
Just get the house cab.
When somebody asks, just say, I'll just take the house cab.
Just take the
cab. B.
Cab.
Not
Okay.
CAB. Just give me the house cab. And they're like, okay, they'll have a good one for you. There's a
House
rose.
or Pinot.
There's a rosé.
Pinot
Noir. Pinot
Rosé
Grigio.
is
Yeah.
big. Yes.
I wouldn't even know what to say if I was sitting at Prime 47 in downtown Indy and they said, what kind of wine would you want?
So you say just house cab.
You say red?
Red.
I like the red one.
Would that be okay?
You could say just a house red.
House red.
House red. Yeah,
They would
that's
ask
fine.
you dry or sweet on that, probably.
I'd go dry.
Okay, smart.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Shindy today.
Shin Daddy has that. Yes.
It's a wine tasting throughout the day. Does
Throughout
it
the-
begin at 8 a.m.?
8:44.
Okay, interesting.
Start at 8:44, so you can get some wine. It's a little.
You can
Have
get-
all the samples are all set out
You can be wine drunk before noon.
before noon. Careful, we get a bad headache.
Yeah. So, what spurred this? Is there
What's that?
anything in particular?
He's always very cultured. He's into the fine arts and fine things of life, but he doesn't want to flaunt it.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't like that at all.
Regular Joe.
Regular guy. Yes.
Common man.
Yes. One of the things I've enjoyed. One of my best friends, Brett Wall, has a winery. Brett was my neighbor. And he has a vineyard in Oregon, and he works for Medtronic, so he makes a ton of cash. I mean,
And he has his own vineyard.
Yeah, he has bales of money sitting around his house. That's incredible. He's super nice. So when he always has this wine. His wine's incredible. I always tell him, I go, boy, I tell you, get one of those nice Chardonnays. I said, you mix that up, put it over some ice, and mix some 7-Up in there. Get a nice spritzer. He just loses his mind. You can't mix our wine with 7-Up.
I can see him getting pissed about it.
People do that.
No, that used to be a thing. White wine spritzer.
Is that right?
That was a common. You could get that was a drink that was back in the 70s. You might get that. I'll give me a white wine spritzer. Yeah, so just be white wine with a little bit of splash of 7-Up.
Texture is curious, Bill, if there's any chance of looping today at all from the wine.
What's that?
Any looping?
The kids are not getting the wine. You've got
Is there
say
adult,
no on that
Is there
one.
be
No,
adult looping?
Yeah,
Though?
the adult looping. Yes, they will swing by any sort of assisted living. Steve is.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
he's
you go.
going to loop.
There we go.
He will loop the assisted living people
Okay.
down first, and they'll do some shots of
why I
wine.
had to
That's a good
and
idea.
head back to the home.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hope that he does
Yes.
get the older generation involved.
Yes.
Steve, I would counsel you, don't forget about the people in the home.
Yes. And you have to counsel them very hard because me and Steve are saying that we're not that far away.
Right.
That'd be fun.
I
hope,
think about it all the
I
time.
hope sometime I'm in an old breaker stops by to see me.
Right.
I'll be in there playing checkers or something. Someone just washes in, asshole, into the home.
That would be nice if that happened.
That would be great. I would love to see that
Yeah,
happen.
we're starting to think about those
Yeah.
days.
It sounds
Yes,
like
we
you
are.
are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Thanks to Shin Daddy and Midwest Bank for always sponsoring Hour 2 of Early Break. We played Tony White audio in the first
Okay.
hour, Nebraska's defensive coordinator.
Yes.
We have not heard from Marcus Satterfield,
Let's do this.
who spoke yesterday. And he was speaking about a variety of things. But how about the running game? He was asked the question, what's the challenge of designing a run game without a running quarterback? Here's Marcus Satterfield on that from yesterday.
You just try to be creative. You know, sometimes you run it when you should throw it. You throw it when you should run it. Try to keep teams off balance. You know, you can always find, based on who you're playing, you can always find different angles by formations and motions and alignments. And then there's times you got to get the ball on the perimeter in unique ways, like we've been doing the last couple of weeks.
Okay, Jake, what struck you about those comments?
Well, it's again, we have not seen for quite some time an offense in Nebraska that does not have a running quarterback. It's been pretty much, again, Tanner Lee, the last guy really that in 2017 is the last time you didn't have a running quarterback.
Right.
Nebraska last year, one of their best plays was Harburg just, if the play broke down, running, getting a first down or getting some positive yardage.
What people are concerned about is that Nebraska ranks just 86th nationally in average rushing yards per game. 86 nationally. We thought, the way the narrative during the offseason was, we thought it'd maybe be a little or a lot better than that.
You had returning running backs.
Yes.
You had a new addition and returning running backs, and then you had a veteran. The number of starts up front was a lot, and then you had veteran tight ends.
Right. So you thought just the running game would be more effective than it's been. It's fine to say that they're 86 nationally. That's not where you want to be.
No, it's not.
It's a worthwhile discussion, if only because Rule has said many times he wants to have a pounding running game and run play action off of it. So they haven't had what not exactly what they want. They are averaging 4.28 yards per attempt. Not disastrous, but not where you want it. 78th nationally. I think they're just not winning the line of scrimmage often enough, and maybe not nearly often enough. Do you see them winning the line of scrimmage often?
Not enough.
Not
once in a while, yes, obviously, but not enough.
And what does Bill winning the line of scrimmage? You could come at me like, how do you know if they're winning? Well, you can see from the press box when Nebraska is rolling in those years when they were really rolling in the ground. You could see the line of scrimmage move. And you could also, it didn't matter how many were in the box. It's always in the press box. Guys are saying, well, they can't run because there's so many guys in the box. And I say, well, you know what? If a good team wants to run, they're going to run. I don't care if there's 10 in the box. They're going to run.
That which is accurate. Like I said, when you go back to great years at Nebraska,
which is accurate,
that you ran against it. Because if not, what would happen would be they would just line up. And this isn't like something extreme when you say you're +1 in the box. That's a just normal alignment defense. And if you said, well, we're +1, so we're not going to run it, that means you'd have to throw it almost every down,
right?
Because of that. I'm just telling you how the numbers, how it works.
I got you.
So people run the football against. Like I said, I guarantee you that when Purdue gave up so many rushing yards to Notre Dame and to Oregon State, I guarantee you they weren't in cover 2. They weren't sitting like, oh, well, we're just going to play cover 2 and hope for the best. No, they were +1 in the box. So that
but the thing is also, we pointed out that your best plays the last game were to Ja'Cory Barney, a receiver that had jet sweeps.
On the sweeps.
You can't always count on that working because teams will figure that out at some point. They should at least.
Yeah, but now the good news in this conversation is Nebraska does have a versatile offense. It's versatile. And Dylan gives you a chance to move the ball. You're not if you're not running it well, it doesn't mean you just shut the whole thing down. They're still very dangerous because of Dylan and because of the number of weapons they have. I'm not saying it's LSU when you were there, but it's good. It's pretty good.
Absolutely.
I always do this, Bill. I put myself in the shoes of a defensive coordinator or an offensive coordinator. In this case, a defensive coordinator. It would be not easy to deal with Nebraska right now because of the quarterback, because of Banks, because of Naor, because of Fedoni, because of Ja'Cory Barney, because of Jalen Lloyd, because of Carter Nelson. All those guys are threats. Pretty major threats. There's some serious speed when you talk about Naor, Ja'Cory Barney, and Jalen Lloyd. All serious speed guys. So they have a lot. You just wish there was more running back production, but we'll see if that.
It helps set up play action pass. It also helps move chains and clock movement. Also, anytime you're controlling the clock, the narrative of the clock is always very important. That when you hear about some drives that go on where you just go, wow, they just went on a drive. That was an 8-9 minute drive. That is
Purdue out of the halftime locker room went on an 8-minute drive.
Yeah, that's gut wrenching. That's gut wrenching to you. It really is. Northern Iowa had a couple
10-minute drive.
The drives of that. So that is you can really control the narrative of what's going on when you have controlled first downs. It's really hard though. What's really hard to do, like everyone talks about, is just 12, 14 play drives. Brutal. You're going to jump off sides. You're going to have a negative play. You're going to have something. You're going to get yourself off track.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to recover. If you always just think, hey, what we're going to do, we're going to just have about 6 14 play drives. That just doesn't happen.
Hard to do.
You got to get chunks of yardage.
You guys have noticed, though, Nebraska, interestingly, when they're behind the sticks, if it's 3rd and long, now they're still – it's viable with Dillon.
Absolutely.
It's viable with Dillon and those receivers. If you just give him a little time, I mean, he layers throws really well. Have you noticed that? I mean, he
layers. Thank you, Steve.
He does. He can find a receiver, layer it over a linebacker, safety, and get it in there. He gives you a shot on 3rd down like we haven't seen in Nebraska in a long time.
Right.
It'll be interesting on Saturday because, like I say, a couple years ago,
making fun of me,
they pressured being Rutgers like crazy.
A couple years ago,
yes,
in Piscataway,
yeah, because Casey Thompson almost had to go home in a private plane. I mean, he got
crunched.
He got absolutely
it was
crushed.
Amazing.
He got sandwiched.
If we don't get the interception off of zone pressure, and gave him the ball at the 20, we threw the touchdown pass. The next play
was that Farmer that got the pick?
Farmer got it. Yeah, it's off a corner blitz.
Miles Farmer.
But right at that juncture right there, we hadn't been able to move the ball at all.
No.
But you would say that their Rutgers defense isn't as good as that one.
Not even close. And they're also
even close.
They're also much more vanilla. When you watch them play, they were much more in just, hey, this is 4-3 quarters. This is this look. They were much more aggressive, and he must not trust the back end as much. Is what I would.
Same defensive coordinator.
What's that? Yes, same coordinator. And obviously, trust me, Shiano's basically the coordinator. He's a special teams coordinator. Shiano's a defensive guy. We know when he was at Ohio State, he was the defensive coordinator. So he's not walking away from it. Like, oh yeah, what's going on defense? You guys, hey, whatever. Good luck to you guys. No, he's in that meeting room.
But you're saying their Rutgers is not as good defensively 2 years ago, and they are not as complex.
No, they're not.
Either one.
No, not as complex.
That's good. That bodes well.
But I do think that they do run the ball better. And they had a little bit more dynamic at quarterback, but not a lot. They were not a juggernaut whatsoever on offense.
No.
They're better on offense now than 2 years ago.
2 years ago, what I remember about that game more than anything, and not just as it applies to Casey Thompson, it was a vicious hitting game.
Yeah, both sides.
Both sides were
both sides.
Both sides. Yeah, I'm not saying that Nebraska got out muscled.
Anthony Grant knocked one of their defenders.
He did.
Knocked him completely cold on their sideline. Knocked him out. Paused the game for like 5 minutes. He came on the sideline. And Anthony Grant, it was a collision of all collisions.
It was a vicious hitting game. It was. I mean,
when the game was over, it was like there was a lot of it was both sides just beat up. That was the true example of a rock fight.
Yep.
That was a true rock fight.
It was a good win.
14-13.
It was a good win for Nebraska.
I ask in terms of Rutgers this year. They had Gavin Wimsatt at quarterback the last couple of years. Now it's Ethan Callie-Manis at quarterback. What are they better at that spot now, or were they better at that spot last year?
I would say last year.
Really, Wimsatt couldn't throw it at all.
Yeah, but Wimsatt could at least run. He was more of a viable runner.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They have no run game right now.
With the quarterback.
So what you can do, against a team like this is off your ends is that you can. I would if I'm looking at it, I'd say, okay, let's just see how many times the quarterback will pull it and make him run it. And I'm going to bend my ends and I'm going to tackle the best running back in the Big Ten. Not the best running, but the most productive running back in the Big Ten.
And wait a second, you want the quarterback to run?
I want
you're daring him to
make the quarterback run it. Make him run it. Say, okay, you're going to carry it 14 times. And then you can, if you're a one high team, you can play it with the safety cheated to the side of the quarterback. So if he keeps it, the safety can then he can then go and get him on the ground for a 4 or 5 yard gain or whatever.
And that's 14 times the ball doesn't go to the Mana guy.
Yeah. And so eventually they'll just hand it off. They'll just hand it off because they're like that. This is not we don't want our quarterback carrying the ball.
Do you know how much we're benefiting from Bill Busch right now?
So you can do some things that way.
I get the chills. We didn't have these discussions.
Do you have goosebumps?
Maybe you just have a fever. you're just
you call the doctor.
You might have COVID.
Just unhealthy.
19. Just unhealthy. I get the chills because of Bill. No, I'm just unhealthy.
It's not right.
Got a fever.
That stuff's interesting. Dare Ethan Callie-Manis to run. Is that how you say it?
Kaliakmanis.
Yeah. Kaliakmanis. Make him run.
He ran, I believe, one time at a clutch time against Washington for -2 yards. And they were it was into a pressure, so they had numbers to defend it. But that's why you look at it.
Jake, Bill, I just think Nebraska should win this game. If they don't just hand it to Rutgers in various ways, they should. If they play a good game, solid game, that it's not mistake marred, I think Nebraska should win the game.
If you compare some things to the Illinois game, what's the big difference? Altmaier. Altmaier's way better.
Altmaier. Is Altmaier way better than Ethan? Say his name.
Kaliakmanis.
I think he was 22 for 27 with like 3 drops against Nebraska.
He was really good.
I mean,
that Friday night
and tell you what, he wasn't bad against Penn State. He didn't have any time, but I'm just telling you, Altmaier is way better. Not even close. Not even close.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Kaliakmanis' running stats over the past 3 years. Again, some of these would be affected by sacks, but so far 20 attempts for 67 yards this year. Longest 16 at Rutgers. At Minnesota, 74 carries, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns last year, along with 23, and the same for the previous year. He had 34 carries for 140 in 2022 for along 23 and 1 touchdown.
Okay.
This year he's got 7 touchdowns and 1 pick passing on 761
His numbers
yards.
aren't terrible. He just doesn't throw it downfield. So, and they're not as gifted at receivers, Illinois, either.
No, not even close.
No, they're not.
They are more gifted at running back.
Yes.
They are more gifted at running back.
100.
But
and you know what? Their backup running back's good. I think his name is Samuel Brown.
He had a nice touchdown run in it. He's a walk-on, they said. He had a nice touchdown run, kind of gashed him. And like I said, Washington has to be furious. They should have won the game by 2 touchdowns.
They out-yarded them by 200 plus.
Yep. On the road.
They did.
Flew from one. That's a long flight. Seattle to Piscataway.
Rutgers had 115 yards passing in the win against Washington. Montague had 25 carries for 132. Samuel Brown, as you mentioned, 5 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown, along with 37.
He busted out. He had it all happened on one play. He had about a 25-yard, maybe 30-yard touchdown run where he broke out.
Samuel Brown can run. That's good.
It's like option football. They're just going to keep running and doing what they do, and they're waiting for you to make a mistake. That's what they're doing. They're going to make, okay, they're going to wait for you to make a mistake. But they don't have options. And also, if they get behind, they're really in a pickle. Really, really, really in a pickle. But they're just trying to keep it close. They're trying to keep it close to the fourth quarter.
Dylan, I just think Nebraska will be able to move the ball on them.
Agreed.
Move the ball. Nebraska, again, winding back to the original topic. Yes, the running game isn't where it needs to be, but it's not horrible. They have pretty good backs. But I don't worry about it as much because they have so many receiving threats, including the tight ends. And Dylan is a smart guy.
The running back that got hurt for number 1 for Washington, he had 148 yards through like basically a little over 2 quarters when he got hurt. He's a dynamic running back. He's really, really good.
That'd be Jonah Coleman.
Yeah.
He had 16 carries for 148.
16 for 148. So he's averaging about
9.3 a carry.
9.3 a carry against Rutgers.
So
you're looking at it going like, can we not run the football against them? Because Washington sure did.
Bill, you're a coach. Is the heat a factor in this game? Is it more of a factor for Rutgers than Nebraska?
I would say more of a factor. And then the question's going to be is it 94 and sunny or is it 94 and overcast?
It shows cloudy. The last I saw yesterday is odd. On my phone, it showed 97 and overcast.
So if it's overcast, it takes an advantage away because the sun in their face, 3:00 kick. Honestly, I don't know if they don't get a break until probably the fourth quarter where it gets behind the stadium a little bit to kind of give it a little bit of shade.
Yeah.
It's a lot playing in that. When I say we felt we made a miraculous comeback against Auburn at LSU in Joe Burrow's first year. Drove him down on 2 fourth down stops. And we almost felt like it really changed because in the last drive, the fourth quarter, when we played great on both sides of the ball, the sun finally went down on our side.
See, it's a fact,
we had the sun right in our face. And it all of a sudden, when the sun went down, it's like all of a sudden it's like we're like a new battery went into us.
Wow.
It really was.
It shouldn't be that way, but
it's seen windy for this game
the way
too. Looks like it could be winds up to 25 mile per hour. The game.
Well, I would imagine because if you have, so let's go to meteorologist Bill.
Okay.
So if you got 95-degree temperature in October, that has to be a strong south wind.
Yeah.
I mean, the wind's whipping out of the south to bring that heat up here.
Yeah.
You're not getting 95.
No, you're right.
This time of year. So once again, I'll just try to
Just
Thank you.
Gust,
See, here's the beauty.
Gusts up to 40 miles per hour.
Oh, good God.
They're saying 8 to 21 mile per hour standard wind, but gusts up to 40 miles per
What
hour.
a weird day that's going to be. Now, here's the
October.
good news. Here's the good news. And I'm going to tell you something, Bill.
You tell me.
There's a lot of things that Sipple's picked up over the years, and I believe strongly in. I believe strongly in big receivers. I believe strongly in the Big Ten and having big quarterback with big hands. They can whip it through wind.
I agree. That's the one thing you
Hear
have.
that, Jake?
You have that right now.
Yeah.
Dylan can whip the ball.
6'3", 230.
Yeah.
Look at him throw. He just flicks it and it goes 40 yards.
Wind doesn't get you as much. You're concerned. Kickoffs, not major. Punts, major. That can affect you.
Interesting.
Yeah, that can affect you. It can get in your mind a little bit field goal wise also too.
That's a hard
Don't
stadium.
forget. Let me throw one thing at you real quick now. Rutgers got a field goal blocked, and it was horrific protection. They just ran between the tight end and the wing, and no one blocked him. And that was the weird play when the guy ran on the field. I mean, but it was like it just got swatted.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Come on.
I looked at the play last night, and they showed, and then when the flag came out, you can see the coach losing his mind.
Oh, I bet.
Rightfully so.
And he ran out, and it was like boom, 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 and then bounced off the field he went and hid back in the group. Oh man!
Yeah.
In the next play, so they're gonna have the ball with time to go score. They're gonna have the ball like at the 40-some yard line. Instead, the next play, Rutgers threw a touchdown pass. I mean, talk about a switch.
Oh,
I mean, it cost him the game.
Oh, God.
It cost him the game.
I feel for that kid.
Yeah,
I do.
Cost him the
Freshman.
game. Go ahead.
When we come back, Bill's Thrills Wild Card Wednesday.
Okay.
The
Thrill
on early break.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoichFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. Education is a cornerstone for strong, vibrant communities. I voted for the largest investment in education in Nebraska history. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and understand the valuable role of education in growing our community. This is Carolyn Bozin, and I will continue to support education in the legislature. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th, paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Question for you. Would you rather pay $150 a month or $15 a month to work out with the same high-quality gym equipment? At Planet Fitness, you can get top-tier equipment for $15 a month. Plus, save $28 or more when you join now during our Strong Choice sale. Our weights weigh the same, you just don't pay the same. Enjoy free fitness training and 24-hour access at most clubs, all in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. See club for details.
Landmark Implement helps you put dirt in its place with increased accuracy and greater speed thanks to the John Deere Smart Grade. This fully integrated 3D grade control system boosts job site productivity and reduces labor costs with fewer passes and less wasted material, meaning more bids won and higher margins. No masts, no cables, just clear views of the job site. Visit your local Landmark Implement today and discover the profit-boosting power of the Smart Grade and experience the Landmark difference.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it comes to a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options. Options in warranty, brand, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call 467-1111 or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will get to Bill's Thrills in a second. Before that, quick plug for our friends in Holders. But we have a friend in Holders out there, John.
John
here with us, but
and Jason was here too.
Jason was here.
Our friends are showing up today.
First Rate Ag in Holders is a full-service ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer. Been around for 26 years of business. Reach out at firstrateag.com
First Rate.
or
Not
call
second rate.
308-995-8327. Ask for Parker or Chris. Mention the ticket.
Parker texted me yesterday, apologized for not being down. He said, well, he'll be down to go to the bird with us
next time.
Post-harvest.
Oh,
And he
post-harvest.
sent me a picture of him combining beans.
Parker?
Yeah, yes.
Parker in Holdridge.
Yes, in Holdridge.
Do I know Parker?
I don't know if you know Parker or not. I'm not sure.
What are you eating there?
But, what are you having there? Snack? What do you got, Steve?
What is that?
Hershey's.
Hershey's chocolate.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm not supposed to be eating it.
I don't think so. Piper's going to bring down more candy bars.
Oh, he was there yesterday.
Piper
We
was
saw
there
Piper.
yesterday.
Piper grew his hair out a little bit.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Looks
different.
good.
Looked
But
different.
you noticed the jacket he had on?
Hershey's.
Hershey's Gold.
Gold. I mean,
That's exactly
when you're
what-
Hershey's Gold. When
Yeah.
you're Hershey's Gold, that is incredible.
That was a regal jacket.
That was incredible jacket.
If
Imagine
you
having
walk ar-
access to candy bars 24/7.
Imagine walking around with a Hershey's Gold jacket.
You work for yeah, exactly.
I work for Hershey's.
I'm gold.
Yeah.
I'm a gold member.
Gold
Look
standard.
at the jacket. It
Yeah.
speaks for itself.
What a job, by the way. Just
Yeah.
making people happy.
Every time you stop and someone's happy to see you. Who do you work for? Hershey's chocolate.
Oh, I love Reese's. I love
Yeah.
Hershey's.
I love this.
All that
I love
stuff.
this. All this. It's incredible.
What a job.
Yeah.
What an
Always
idyllic
happy.
job.
Make it.
I mean,
people
selling beer would be idyllic too. People just happy.
Remember, the number one job is no longer exists. That was the guy who came to change the records out of the jukebox. The guy that traveled around with the big box of records and just went to bars.
You didn't see him very
you didn't
often.
see him, but all of a sudden you get in there and all of a sudden you see all of a sudden, C19's different. It's a different song. Take this thing out.
Changed it up.
It's always amazing, those bars that would open at night. If you just happened to be in a bar during the day, it was fascinating. Before it was open.
Before it's open, it's a whole different feeling.
Yeah, the lights are up, the sun's in. You're like, ooh, this looks different during the day.
It is a very different feeling.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
First rate.
All right.
Let's fire up
The thrills.
Thrills. Here we go. On Wednesday.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is
We
it gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Please call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future. Today, it's a Wild Card Wednesday, Bill. What's on your mind?
I would talk football.
I like that.
I thought I would talk football. It's basically it's football. It's college sports. Fraud, futures, and fabulous futures. Fraud, futures, and fabulous and fabulous futures.
Hey, that got my attention.
Cut off your nose to spite your face. The Mountain West Conference and the Pac-12 Conference, the Pac-2, the biggest buffoonery I may have ever seen. They couldn't keep their egos out of it. They just couldn't figure it out. All they had to do was simply just merge together. All they had to do was Washington State and Oregon State goes, and then they go to the Pac-12 or name the name wherever they want, and they bring in that incredible league of the Mountain West. Boise, Colorado State, Fresno, great league.
Not a bad league.
Incredible. Nope, because both leagues said, nope, we want to be the Mountain West, and the Pac-12 says, no, we're going to be the Pac-12. And they find both sides go, nope, screw it. We're splitting up. Now they look like idiots. I want you to think about this. One of the things that came out yesterday was we are honored to be part of the Mountain West now because the Mountain West went out and locked up UTEP. So they got UTEP. They had to get the UTEP TVs to make sure that they could hold the league together.
El Paso.
That's the league.
Big college football town.
Big college football town. It's where you want to be.
You love El Paso.
I want you to think about this.
For other reasons.
Mountain West Conference. Hawaii's football. You have to have 8 teams. They still don't have 8 because Hawaii's not a full-time member. Okay. They're football only. So now it's UNLV, San Jose State, Wyoming, Nevada, New Mexico, Air Force, and UTEP. That's their teams. Okay, so they have 7 teams. They need another one. Who are they going to go get? No, it gets better now. You're the Pac-12. They need 2 teams.
Okay.
They have Wazoo, Oregon State, good, Boise State, Fresno, Colorado State, San Diego State.
Okay, not bad.
That's it. So they got to add 2 more teams, and who are they going to add?
Who is it?
Who's going to move the needle for it?
Who is it?
That's why they talk. Texas State is one of the teams. It's going to be in the Pac-12.
No needle.
No needle.
No needle.
There's nothing. They added the Zags in like 3 years from now for basketball only.
Yeah,
2026.
These 2 leagues stink, and all they had to do was stay together. That's all they had to do was just be the. If they just can you imagine being the Mountain West? You added in who? Oregon State and Wazoo.
100.
Hey, got a league, man.
We got a league.
We got a league.
But so what you're saying is Oregon State and Washington State wouldn't bow. No. They wouldn't stoop to the Mountain West.
They wouldn't go to it. But now they're sitting there going, they got to bring 2 teams in that no one even cares about. They wanted UNLV. I'm off on this one. I'm off on one here.
That's okay.
It's 7 that they have. Utah State is in the Pac-12. Utah State has joined the Pac-12. So again, Utah State. They need one more.
Utah State's in the Pac-12.
Yeah. So they need one more. Utah
Not
State.
much.
And so they kind of thought, UNLV is going to, and Air Force is going to go to the AAC. Didn't happen. They're now we'll stay in the 2 leagues look awful as a whole. They look awful as a whole.
They stink, as you said. Yeah. Now, I will say this. What a great day for UTEP, though. I mean,
it is. They said it. We're honored to be in the Mountain West. Yeah, they are.
It is a great
They got
day.
out of Conference USA, which I'm not sure Conference USA isn't better than the Mountain West now. Not when you have it all knocked down. When you take Boise out of it, take Boise and Fresno out of it. I mean, San Diego State was in the national championship game in basketball 2 years ago.
Correct.
I mean, the leagues, all they had to do was just be like, you know what?
God.
Just 2 adults sit down. Just 2 adults sit down.
I think what everybody needs to do now is is find this news, because a lot of people walking down the street right now have no idea what the Pac-12 is now and what the Mountain West is now. I need to look at it. I need to sit down and ponder these teams.
Right now, it's gonna be, hey,
thank you, Bill.
When's that UTEP San Jose State game gonna be? To make sure we get. Think game day will be there? I don't think so.
No.
All they had to do is that. I got one quick one, Jake. Can I add?
Please do.
Please.
This is incredible.
Please.
The AAC, Army, kicking Seabass. They're 4-0.
Oh, whoa.
Navy, 4-0. Navy just put 56 on Memphis the week after Memphis beat Florida State. These two teams are playing incredible.
Yes,
now,
he did.
here's what I want you to think about.
I'm
If
thinking
these
about
two
it.
things play out in the right manner, and they're the top two teams in the AAC, they will play in the conference championship game, Army versus Navy, a week before Army versus Navy.
That's okay.
Think about that.
It's 100%.
Imagine Army Navy playing in the AAC, and there's a chance they're playing to go to the playoffs.
Now that would
Then
be
they play
incredible.
Then they
Think
play
about
again.
this, and then they have to play each other again. And after that, the playoffs are already set before the Army Navy game.
Oh God, that's interesting.
So there is so much drama here. So right now, as fans, pull hard for Army and Navy.
Yes.
You want Army and Navy
Keep
to
winning.
win, to see what happens.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? Saying, okay, imagine if they get into the playoffs, and then they have to play again, and then one of those teams loses that's already in the playoff. So Navy wins, they're in the playoff, then they lose to Army in the classic Army Navy game in mid-December.
Well, I mean, the first thing I think of is whoever plays that team in the first round. That's a pain.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
That's a pain.
Oh, they're off. They're rolling.
You got to prepare for that.
These two teams are
They're-
absolutely rolling.
Are they both running option,
Yes.
traditional option?
Yeah, traditional. It's a little. It's not just truly lined up in true three-back wishbone, but it's still triple option and quarterback run and
This
all those
needs
things.
to be added for this bill, because thanks to Ted and the text line, it's the first time since 1945 that both Army and Navy are 4-0.
Is that
This is
right?
a big deal.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
big deal.
College football. Wow.
College football.
Bill, great stuff. Great
Pac-12
stuff.
Mountain West joke book. All they had to do. That's all they had to do. All
Did
they
you
had
call
to
it
do.
the Pac West or the Pac Mountain.
That's all they had to do. The Pac Mountain.
They
Call it
don't want
whatever.
to do that.
But they
though.
won't need both sides.
It's
benefits
egos.
So now both
It
sides.
benefits
I
them
know.
both.
All of a sudden,
think
they're
it'd
on
be
the
great.
phone. The Mountain West on the phone. Wait, what are you doing today, Commissioner? I'm talking to UTEP, trying to lock it down. Good job. Get him.
I wonder if is there some mitigating factor?
So who just like that? There's no one to move the needle because none of these teams are leaving. Like Utah's not going. Hey, we'll double back to the Pac-12. No.
Hell
They're
no.
in the Big 12.
They're in a
They're
good
everyone.
spot.
There's no teams to take to move the needle. There's none. There's absolutely none.
And you think this is just straight ego that prohibited them?
The two sides couldn't come
It has
together.
to be.
Why would the Mountain West let ego get in the way of a move like that? I could kind of see the
I
Pac-12.
just can't believe they couldn't come together with that group of teams with those two. Can you imagine if in the Mountain West, just out of the blue, and you could get those two teams to come? You'd be like, we can get Wazoo.
Why
and
would
Oregon
they do
State.
that then?
Because there's just too much fight by the egos got too big. The egos are just too big in the room, and then they would have had someone could have
So
came
pissed.
in. Oh, I am.
I love
The leagues, both of them right now are going like, really? That's our league.
Yeah, if you added Oregon State and Washington State to the Mountain West, you're cooking.
Incredible league.
You're cooking.
Incredible league.
You're cooking.
Now you're not. You're not cooking. Bad stuff.
I would say that it is stupid. It's a bad look.
There's not one. And once again, this where would help to have a commissioner of overseeing the whole
Nick
thing.
Saban or Bill Busch.
To come in. I'd like to have gotten consideration. I'll be his associate if you want to.
Then you'd be in position to rise.
That's a good
Because
role.
Nick
still,
Saban's
Bill.
a little older.
Like I might be able to slip into that thing.
Yeah, you heard Gundy say that Saban should be the commissioner. You have said that too,
So
right?
a commissioner probably would have got together with those guys and like, hang on now. Are you telling me we can't? What that? Who'd you say? Kissinger.
Henry Kissinger would get the Middle
like
East countries together
and talk.
and he won a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
That would be you. You might win a Nobel Peace
If
Prize.
I was a Kissinger, that would be incredible.
You would be.
I think I could have got those people together and be like, "Let's figure this thing out." But no, instead, UTEP just got added, and now and
the Mountain West.
the
What a
Pac-
grand day for El Paso.
It
though.
was. There's probably one of those sellers. It was
a parade today.
Remember when
in town.
Texas went into the SEC? The day it happened was it July 1st, and they had fireworks and all that stuff. Imagine UTEP when they finally go in, the fireworks.
A lot
and
of
stuff.
gunshots
We made
going
it.
into that.
We made it.
They're fired.
Flores is like, all right.
That is Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today is also a Wild Card Wednesday, and I think you guys will like this topic.
Okay.
Okay. The Major League Baseball playoffs have begun. Now,
they have.
Our topic today is pitchers of the 1970s.
Oh, God.
We got a chance.
Oh, yes.
Got a chance.
Yes, we do have a great chance.
I'm not trying
Steve
to
is
dupe anybody.
better.
These should be well-known names, I would say.
I'm sure we'll get them. Bill, come on.
Gotcha.
If you think you know
Call
your
in.
Major League pitchers of the 1970s, please give us a call right now at 464-5685. Shut Up Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Now, young Ben had to leave early, so I don't know who we have on the lineup to put a random person on, but we'll see how they feel about Major League pitchers of the 1970s. So that person's gone.
We
Good
lost
start.
him. We lost the show's crashing. Young Ben had to dip.
Okay, if you can hear me, who do we have on the phone right now?
This is Jason.
Jason.
Coach A. Yeah.
Did he say go Jays? Is that what he said?
No, he said Coach A.
Oh, Coach A. I thought he said Coach A. Okay. Jason, Jason, how do you feel about pitchers of the 1970s, Major League Baseball?
Well, I was alive in the 70s, so maybe I went to a lot of Royals games in the 70s.
Slidor.
All right, Jason, you should have a puncher's chance here.
Let's see how this goes.
I hope so.
Bill, a lifeline for one question for Sip as always. Jason, first question to you. What Orioles pitcher won 3 Cy Young Awards in the 70s, is a Hall of Famer, and spent his entire 19 seasons with Baltimore?
Layup.
Oh.
I think I had his glove. Yeah.
You just stumped me on the first question out. Bill, can you help me?
No, he can't.
Unfortunately, he
And
can't.
I do know the answer, which is odd.
I got
Are
it.
you going to take a guess, Jason, or not?
Just throw out a name.
5.
I'm not gonna take a guess.
Okay, I'll give
Sorry.
you the horns then.
Okay, he had regal hair and a tan. He was tall, and he was a right-hander. His name was Jim Palmer.
He also became a big, and I think Dion put a pie in his face.
Ooh, didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, I think Dion put a pie in his face.
Okay, we'll have to look at that.
Yeah, look that up. I think that
Okay.
happened.
Okay.
I think that
Dion?
was him. Yeah,
Sanders?
Sanders.
Really?
Yeah, check that one.
Okay.
1-0 lead. Bill is still in play, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to win.
Sip, first question. What pitcher won 2 Cy Young Awards for the Phillies in the 70s and 4 in total, following a tenure before that with the Cardinals?
Oh,
He's
just-
also a Hall of Famer.
Just look up his stats. They're incredible how often he would go 9 innings. It is incredible. That was a different time. The
Better
pitchers-
times.
Steve Carlton, better time.
Steve Carlson is correct.
He was big.
Big dude.
Big
Through
dude.
heat. Through
Heater.
heat. Yep.
To stay alive, Jason, your
God,
last
this is
question.
just
You're down
so in our
2-0.
wheelhouse.
Jason, what pitcher won a Cy Young Award for the Indians at that time in 1972 and for the Padres in 1978 and is a Hall of Famer?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Again, Indians 72 and the Padres 78. Cy Young Award winner for both teams.
Was that Gaylord Perry?
Brilliant! It
I'm
was
sorry?
Gaylord Perry.
Gaylord Perry. We love you, Gaylord.
Love you, yes.
Yes.
All right.
We
Bill,
love you,
I didn't have
Gaylord.
it. I didn't have it.
Bill is still in play here, up 2-1. Sips.
All right, now there's a
Last
little pressure.
question.
Yeah.
What pitcher spent 7 seasons with the A's, winning a Cy Young Award in 1974 before finishing his final 5 seasons with the Yankees and is a Hall of Famer? Again, won the Cy Young Award in 74 with the Oakland A's, finished his last 5 seasons with the Yankees. He is a Hall of Famer.
Starting pitcher.
Starting pitcher.
I have a guess. I have.
Oh, I know it. You don't need to guess. We're 100% on this.
Let me write it down, and you
Yes.
say it.
It's
Bill
a
wants to help.
unique first name. Unique first name. Oh, we have a problem. Okay, say it again.
Okay, one more time. What pitcher spent 7 seasons with the A's, winning a Cy Young Award in 1974 before finishing his final 5 seasons with the Yankees, but he is a Hall of Famer.
Yankees, I don't think.
I don't think he did either. I don't think so.
Catfish Hunter.
Brilliant. Yeah, he didn't pitch for the Yankees, but he did pitch for the A's.
Yeah,
Vita Blue. I was
Vita
thinking
Blue.
potential Vita Blue.
Yeah.
Jason, we'll get you a bag on a coffee.
Nice job, Steve.
Thank you. Calling on the road. Nice try today, Jason.
Jason, thanks for calling in.
That's amazing. We know those.
Pitchers
Still.
of the 1970s.
Yeah.
All 4 questions
If you
were answered
asked,
correctly.
if you had to say name the pitchers that pitched yesterday, no
Would-
chance.
No
chance.
No. Shohei Ohtani. I can name a lot of 70s baseball players, a lot of them.
Steve Carlton.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, he was a hammer.
Okay, this is for Bill now. Game's already been won. Tiebreaker. Jim Palmer pitched 19 seasons with the Orioles, as I said before.
Jeez, 19 seasons.
What was his career ERA?
3.62.
Ooh, I was going to say 3.28, so I'm going to go lower.
This to me is remarkable. 2.86 career ERA.
Better time.
That is unbelievable.
That is.
That's incredible.
19
Yeah, he was a remarkable player.
2.86.
You know what I love reading about it when it pops up? I love reading Bob Gibson's numbers.
Oh, God.
his numbers were crazy.
Well, they changed the mound because of Bob Gibson.
They changed the mound.
Yeah.
Also, every game was 9 innings. He completed the game.
If you go back, I for some reason I was listening to a podcast that they were talking about Steve Carlton, and it was incredible how often he pitched. I mean,
it wasn't every 5 days, like every 3 days.
It was like every 4 days, and he'd go 9 innings. Like it was crazy.
Built to last.
He was a horse. Yeah, he was a horse.
Well, congratulations, you guys win the game show today, and
thank you.
You do know some baseball. You guys know ball.
Doesn't that freak you out how much we know about the 70s?
That was well done. Pitchers of the 70s. Victory.
Just nailed them.
The spillover is next on an early break on the ticket.
I should.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoyckFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. October is pork month, so now through October 6th, enjoy bone-in pork shoulder for $1.88 per pound. Fairway's Hickory Smoked Bacon 16-ounce packs for $4.99, thick-cut bone-in chops for $1.99 per pound, and a half-hog bundle all month for $199. Call 402-486-6611 for a custom cut and wrap. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover with AD, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love, AD. We missed you yesterday. We were not here. We were at Early Bird, so good to see you back here.
That is great food over at Early Bird, too, man.
It was a fun day.
Yes.
Fun morning.
Yes.
You like that breakfast?
Man,
Are you a breakfast guy?
You know, I'm not, as you guys know, I don't eat a big breakfast in the morning, usually a shake or something like that, but when I eat breakfast, it's something like that. I mean, it is good food there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Good
I mean,
food.
I don't know how to say it. I mean, I have talked about wanting blueberry pancakes, and Kathy
Woody
presented me with a styrofoam crate of blueberry pancakes.
You're gonna call it a crate? Just a box.
A box.
It was
Yeah.
a box.
Yeah.
Well,
small crate.
A standard to-go box. What it was.
Yeah, it's not
At a
really a
restaurant.
crate.
To-go. She provided you with a to-go box of pancakes
And eggs.
He said he went with a styrofoam crate. Is how to describe it. I've never in my lifetime heard a to-go box described as a styrofoam crate. To-go box.
That's
to-go box.
That is sip fashion, though.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
a crate carries things. A crate is a carrier. It doesn't have to be a certain size.
It was a normal size. Like you're thinking, when you say crate, I think something big.
I don't think
standard
crate
box.
has to. Anyway,
Standard box.
the blueberry pancakes are ridiculously good.
Yeah, man, that place is
ridiculous.
And the wait is, I tell you, you know what's good when the wait is always long.
Mhm.
You got to get there early. Because when you guys were there, I was watching when I was working out. I was like, man, there's a good crowd in there already.
Yeah, Early Bird. There were some early birds.
What time do they open up?
They open at 6:30. Now we had people in there at 6. They had to wait to 6:30 because there's rules here.
Right.
But they waited and enjoyed the show, and then they ate, and it was great.
And Jamie Burrow, is the proprietor.
Yes, there you go.
And Jamie is a low-key former Husker. You don't think of Jamie all the time, but Jamie
played back in the day.
Starting middle linebacker.
And would hit you.
Yes, he would. For a team that played for all the marbles. He played with Barrett Ruud. Now, Barrett Ruud was a freshman and wasn't able to overtake Jamie. But I think he got the second string.
Now, Jamie also is the older brother of Joe Burrow, which he says he describes himself as his. Jamie is the older brother. He's 18 years older than Joe.
He's 18 years older, and he says he's like the crazy uncle.
The crazy uncle. I was actually looking at Nick
I know
eating
you were.
pizza over there. I was like, is he eating pizza?
Where did the pizza come from?
8:15 in the morning?
Well, Nick does.
That's what threw me off.
Nick
I'm
has
like,
no rules.
My man is seriously eating pizza at 8:15.
I saw him eat pulled pork at 6 a.m. one time.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. That kind of threw me off.
No rules.
No rules in this place at all. But Jamie Burrow, though.
What was you guys? Did you eat yesterday at all?
I did. I had some breakfast tacos, and they were delightful with grits.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. After you guys left, I sat
some
down.
soul in there.
I had 2 delicious breakfast tacos and grits.
Did you sit with Jamie?
No, I sat with my wife.
Okay.
Elizabeth came by.
What do you put on your grits?
I nothing. They had andouille sausages in them. I think.
Hey.
I didn't put any salt on them. It was
AD,
good.
when I took the grandkids to Memphis this winter, I had grits for the first time.
Yeah.
Grits for the first time, and I was blown away by how good they were.
They're so good.
That's a staple in the Black household.
I left my.
I'm white.
I am black and you are white. I am blind as a bat and you have sight. We brought that up yesterday, but go ahead.
I enjoyed the grits. I enjoyed the grits as a white man.
What do you put? He said it with so much vigor and so much enthusiasm. I said, enjoy grits as a white man.
Come on, man. Sorry, JP like that.
What is wrong with that?
The diversity is beautiful.
It is.
I was celebrating diversity in Memphis.
So, Sid, what did you do for Black History Month, man? I had some grits down in Memphis.
We have problems. We have issues.
Oh my God.
Topped off with some ham hocks.
I'm stopping.
We're out of time. Just a quick plug. Today,
Yeah,
the Royals,
we're not out of time. But Jake is calling it good.
The KC Royals beat the Orioles 1-0 yesterday. They play today at 3 o'clock again, trying to win to get to the ALDS. Here on the ticket. We're out of time. The Drive with Ref, AD, and AG is next with Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. We will see you guys tomorrow.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time.